Hello, this is going to be a paranormal story time on my haunted bedroom that I lived in for 12 years. I don't even know where to start with that bedroom. There's a lot to cover. I don't want it to be more than 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. As early as 8 years old, actually I moved into Toronto when I was 7. From Quebec. So yes, I was 8 years old, almost 8 years old when we got that house, and you know, we got to choose bedrooms and whatnot, and I got the smallest room, the most coziest one. And you know, I was excited. My mom and my dad worked really hard on renovating it. It was like a princess dream. They knew how much I love ballet, so they put little ballet decorations. The whole room was baby pink. Carpet was a light blue. There was another carpet placed in the middle of it, which was like fish, because they knew how much I love the ocean. We're gonna start with what I used to feel, I guess, as the earlier signs when I was super young. I remember whenever I would lie down in bed, there would be a weird pressure that I would feel behind my pillow, and like, I don't know, it felt like my pillow was being pressed down. Like, imagine you're just lying down and then it feels like somebody is just pushing your pillow down on purpose, and you're just like, whom's TF is touching my pillow? But it wasn't just the pillow, it was also like on the mattress itself, and it was like my entire body contour. Sometimes it would just be at my feet and nowhere else, and I would feel the mattress being pushed down like someone is sitting on my bed. Ooh, getting goosebumps. Okay. I would feel the mattress being pushed down, contouring my body and the pillow, but you know what's weird is that I would feel the blanket being tugged back too. And it was pushed in a way where it was a gradual thing. It wasn't like slow and like maybe, you know, I'm just imagining it. It was like, it was slow-ish, but a little bit fast. It was very, very physical. Like, I'm not even imagining that at this point. I'm feeling it. And the fact that I would feel my blanket being tugged, I'm like, no, okay, this is very uncomfortable. And it pushed to the point where you feel like your body would like slightly roll into the dent. So that is what I've been experiencing in that bedroom for 12 years, nonstop. Like every other night it would happen. And at first, as a kid, you think, you know, it's weird that this is happening, but whatever, you know, you'll get over it. You'll forget about it, or maybe you're just making that up. But the fact that I would feel that throughout all these years, like it would stop for a bit and then I would feel it again, and every time I felt it, like my body just froze in fear. Like, it's not, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know how, like, it's like, no fucking way there's something in my room and I don't know what to say or do or anything. One day I told my mom, and she made up a story to scare my brothers because they refused to go to sleep at a certain time, and she was in the kitchen. I guess she was looking at a bag of bagels, and she's like, yeah, it's the ghost in the house named Bagel. He lives in the wall and his eyes are sewn shut and his mouth is sewn shut. Don't ask me why my mom thinks weird like that. She just is weird. I mean, I inherited that weirdness too, so it's fine. But she would say things like that to scare them, not knowing that I wasn't making up what I was saying. So I started believing for a bit, like, oh my god, what if? But then I thought it was kind of dumb. And I asked her later on, she's like, don't tell your brothers. I made that whole like bagel thing up. I just want them to sleep early and, you know, be scared into going to bed. Because I would tell them, if you don't, you'll be stuck in the walls with Bagel. And then they would like listen and they would go to bed. So when she told me that, I'm like, all right, so you're making that up. So it's not, you know, a little boy with eyes sewn shut called Bagel. Then what the fuck is in my room? Like, okay, I'm hearing things, and I have so many story times about this place specifically, but for now, we're just gonna stick to that, you know. Hopefully, when I edit this, I don't see little orbs flying around, because I'm moving out. No, I really like this area. It's so close to downtown. Okay, so anyways, I was already like feeling the whole bed thing, okay? Now, I've noticed, except for one other place that I've ever had it happen, I've never experienced sleep paralysis. But in that house, I always experienced sleep paralysis. Always. It was a... They say it's because when you're tired, you experience it. And the thing is that I wasn't tired for me to be experiencing that constantly on a nightly basis. I don't want to keep experiencing my pillows and my whole bed contour just and my blanket being tugged back. I don't want to keep experiencing, you know, the fact that I always felt, especially when I would, if this is like, sorry, I just got a text message. So if this is my bedroom, my bed would be on this side. So I'm sleeping here, I'm facing the wall, and the rest of my bedroom, it's just like a desk and, well, a big desk that was using for drawings and stuff, and there's a little dollhouse. And not a haunted dollhouse, it was a cute little IKEA, you know, brand new dollhouse. I just bought a whole set, bought a bunch of shit. And anyway, so I'm sleeping on my bed, and if I'm facing the wall, I feel behind me where my room is, specifically towards where my bedroom door is, a corner there. I'd feel like something's there. It bothers me. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just feel it there. But if I was sleeping and I had sleep paralysis and I was facing that side of the room, I would feel like in that corner, once again, I'm facing the problem. Like, I feel like I'm facing whatever the fuck is bothering me. And on top of that, I read online about the whole shadow people thing, and it's not even fake. Like, I'm trying so hard to be a skeptic. It's not fake. I literally would look that way and I would see, it only happened twice that I've seen it, and all the other times I just felt it. Some big, tall, black entity. I don't know how to explain it. It's not black. It's so black that I can't even give it the color black, if that makes sense. It's just darkness. Like, that's how it felt to me. Like, I don't know how to explain it. And it was tall, and it wasn't on the floor. Shit was levitating up in the corner. I'm like, no. No. And so that's how I knew something was not right. And this is like when I was in grade 3, grade 4. Like, I was still a little nugget, okay? The feeling, the weird, like, I don't know if the word is eerie. English is not my first language, but that weird, like, dark feeling lasted every single time I had sleep paralysis up until I was 19 years old. Another time that I can remember, oh, okay. So when I was 11 years old, I remember I was in bed and I was just playing with my Pokemon cards. I loved my Pokemon cards. My collection kept getting bigger. So I'm just like building new decks and blah, blah, and like whatever. Just, you know, living my best life. It's either that or I was playing Pokemon on my Game Boy Advance. It was like Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon Gold. It was either or, okay? Because either way, my ass is doing some Pokemon bullshit. And I remember, I see something from the corner of my eye where the dollhouse is. Now remember, it's not a haunted dollhouse. It's literally just a box separated, divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Divided in 6, and 2 little doors, little IKEA dolls, and little, you know. Okay, someone's here. Oh, sorry, I have a heart attack right now. But when I looked at that little dollhouse, I saw the actual, like, the ball was still there, and it wasn't like low opacity or something. It was a very opaque black ball just levitating there, and it slowly moves. There's a big mirror behind it because it was like a big vanity desk type of thing, and it doesn't reflect on the vanity desk. Okay, it doesn't reflect in the vanity mirror. It just keeps going and then just disappears. It's not even like that. I'm just thinking about it, it's kind of scary, and my heart's still beating because she just came in finally. So I've been hearing her since 5 o'clock. Actually, I came here at 5 from work, 5:30. Kept hearing noise in this place. I kept thinking she was here, but nobody was there, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. But I got plenty of stories on that too. So yeah, so I saw it there and then it disappeared, and I'm just like, okay, it's kind of, you know, nerve-wracking. What got worse, like for me, but then the thing is, I was a Legend of Zelda fan when I was younger. So to me, here, like seeing that, I just thought to myself, I just played Majora's Mask like today, earlier on. Oh my god, it's Tael. Tael is visiting me. I used to think, you know, the weirdest things. I used to think that Inuyasha one day would come out from his world. Well, not him specifically, but I felt like, oh my god, demons that are as hot as him are gonna come from that world, and they're gonna come to our world and come through my bedroom door. That's my dream. So I kept that dream in my head, like it's gonna happen. So when I saw that, I was like, oh hell yeah, fairies exist. But then I thought about it, I was like, oh hell no, it does not exist. So that was something that stuck to me. It didn't bother me. I thought it was cool to see that as a kid. Yeah, so later on, looking, no, wait, hold on. Let me try to remember. So I'm on my laptop, and then I'm looking in the corner. I see something weird from the corner of my eye, and I look, and I see it's my cat walk in the room. And he just walks in, you know, greets me with his little meow, and he goes on my bed and just lays behind me. Like he's meowing, but it sounded, he's meowing, but it sounded like a person. Like he, sorry, it's gonna sound dumb, but he went like, meow, 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 meow. I'm like, what? I turned around, I'm like, what did you just say? And then I turned around and I looked at him, and then he continued. And I'm like, but honey bun, I don't understand what you're saying. You're speaking cat, speak human. Like I used to talk to my cat's little voice, and then he repeated again what he said, and I'm just like thinking to myself, as I'm getting goosebumps at the time and right now at the same time, I was thinking to myself, something is trying to communicate to me through that cat, because I've never heard him meowed with human like language tones, you know? So that's already scary. And then not too long after, I believe it was like a few days after, I'm looking, like I'm on my bed. I don't remember what I was watching. Anyways, I was on my laptop just watching some stupid shit as per usual. So I'm on YouTube most likely, or streaming something, and I see from my door starts moving, and obviously I get a heart attack. And I see like a tiny little fuzz paw underneath. So I'm like, okay. So it's just one of the cats. So I walk to open the door, and it's one cat that walks in, and then he goes on my bed. Another cat walks in. Next thing you know, there's a bunch of cats on my bed. Then my dog peeps his head, and I was home alone at the time. I just usually close the door because too many cats means a lot of fur. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I don't like having too much fur in my room. So I'll see like my dog like pop his head in, and I'm just looking at him. And he knows, like he knows that I don't like having animals in the room, so he just looks at me, but it's like he wants to come in, but he's not sure. Like he's waiting for permission. And I'm just looking at him like a big teddy bear sheepdog, and I'm like, come in. Confused, he's like, oh, do I come in? I'm like, just come in. And then he just walks in and lays on the floor, and then I tap on the bed and I call him, and I'm like, just come on the bed. So the dog goes on the bed, all the cats are there. Basically, it's like a big fuzzy family, including myself. And we're all there. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm watching my show, whatever, for like another half hour, and I see like my cat's little ears, like satellite dishes, go up, and then their eyes open and they go big, and then they just all look at that fucking corner, at that little corner near my bedroom door. And then I'm just like, okay, that's just one cat. I look around, oh, that's more than one cat. And all I'm thinking to myself is like, oh no, I'm not dying. And then my dog looks up in that corner. First his ears move to that corner, then his head moves to that corner, and then he growls. I'm just like, I can't be here. I can't, no. All my animals all stared at that one spot. This is confirmation. There was some holy water, like, happened. So that happened, and I think the last time I ever felt it was, let me get comfortable for that one. Okay, and then another time I felt it was, I was laying in bed, about to take a nap. Again, I'm 19 at this point, or like, actually no, 18 still. And I feel my bed being pressed down again. And I'm like, no. I'm imagining this, right? Like, I'm not crazy. And I feel it like pressing down, and I'm just like, no. I'm not crazy. It's actually putting pressure. My blanket is being tugged behind me, because I don't sleep with, like, now I do. I sleep with barely any blanket, but like before I have to like cover my entire body, and it was around my neck, and I would feel it like being pressed down. And I remember that at this point I was just like, it's done. I'm fucking annoyed. I'm always feeling something. My animals are triggered, which triggers me, which makes me uncomfortable. I don't like to be uncomfortable in my own home. I've been here for long enough. The house is gonna be sold in a few years, that's fine. But until then, don't fuck with me, okay? That's what I thought to myself. So it's just like midday too. It's not even like the middle of the night. It's midday, like the sun's out. I'm just taking like a short nap. So I sat up. And I looked behind me, and I said loud and clear, can you fucking stop and leave me alone? I literally said those words. Can you fucking stop and leave me alone? Angry. And I just thought to myself, boy, you're crazy, because you just yelled at nobody, at nothing, at midair, and you're about to be all pissed off for no reason, and now you're gonna go to sleep angry for no reason, at nobody, for nothing. That's what I thought to myself. And then I just went to bed to take my nap. I never felt it since, and I've been there for another year and haven't felt it. Nothing. Yeah. So I looked it up online at some point, and I remember I was reading up on it. They say, oh, it's a jinn, which is like a demon of smokeless fire that's hiding in your room and made himself comfortable. But if you tell them to get the fuck out, it will get the fuck out, because I've never felt the weird presence since. So that's what I read. Another thing I read was the darker colored spirit thing, that it wasn't a good entity or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, but it didn't pose a threat. It was bothersome. I don't know what it was. If anybody knows, please, in any ways possible, let me know. But yeah, that concludes one of my billion paranormal experiences. There's one that actually happened very recently, and it's really scary, but I want to make a video about it. Okay, I think she's watching a movie right now, so I'm gonna probably join. But yeah, if you know what it is, please let me know. I'm kind of really scared right now because something just happened there, and I sleep like literally right there, and it's right there, whatever the fuck it was, where I usually put my mirror, and hell no. But yeah, Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next paranormal video that I'll be making very fucking soon. And actually, there's gonna be a bunch of them that I'll be making very soon. But thank you!